First, before we get to our second dose of domestic violence, there's a trailer. I don't think I can legally play the whole thing, but I'm gonna just play a little bit, just so you can see.
Life without cameras was a big change for us.
Boo.
I think it's time to see a whole new side of the family.
What?
Do you know what this is?
No.
So how does it feel to be back?
It's so the
We've had
Kardashians must have got a giant check to leave the E network, which was I think primarily all their content.
Yeah.
And they are going on to HULU.
To do what?
To do a Kardashian. It's just called the Kardashians.
Oh my.
It's not keeping up with the Kardashians. They're changing their branding.
I heard something about that, about them having a new show.
Yeah.
And then that's why they're having this whole thing with Kanye.
Oh, this is from. She was on
Yeah.
Ellen today.
I saw that pop up about she's talking about her new relationship or whatever, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, there's enough. There's so okay. So, are you? So
yeah, which way are you gonna go?
Okay,
with
we're gonna go straight into domestic violence because, like, this whole thing with her and Kanye, she's been quiet literally this whole time until now. I think because her show's gonna come out, so she has to do press. Like, she can't not do press. Like, what do you like? Just from the outside looking in, obviously, because we don't really know them.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about the whole situation? Because it seems super domestic violence-y, and only because they're rich, they're allowed to get away with it.
Yeah. I would say, first of all, divorce is ugly. And two people that are in that situation think that they want that, and then when it happens and you don't have control of the situation on either side, it's ugly, and it causes you to do things you would never do, say things you would never say, and feel things you've never felt. You know, on her side, obviously, I think she has, as a female and as a woman, she has more of the control. Because that's just the way it is with children. But also as far as like status and money, she has more of the control as well. Not to say he doesn't have those things, but she has more backup. Yeah. And
she has way more back. And she hired a really good divorce lawyer. I can't remember. He did a bunch of other high profile divorce cases.
Yeah. But I would say the things that they're going through or that Kanye is talking about are very common in relationships.
When he was talking about like, you're not going to keep me from my kids, and that's a real thing. That's a real thing.
It is, and
not that I'm saying she's being malicious or anything. I don't know, but I'm just saying that is a real thing.
Yeah, I would say, you know, if a father, a dad, or a mom, in some cases, are going through divorce and they're being, they're having to struggle with the kids and all that stuff, it's very relatable. Yeah. And it's very relatable. And the only thing that I think is that other people who are going through it, I hope they can see some of themselves and some of the struggles that even somebody with so much money and so much power and so much influence, that they're going through the same thing too. You know, that it is a struggle and it is hard, and you know, you have to have the right support intact, otherwise you free fall. And he is reaching out for help. He wants the support. He wants the backup.
For sure,
he
wants
doesn't
attention.
have it. I don't know. Okay, when you say attention, I think he wants attention brought to the situation. I don't know that as a person he wants attention. If, you know, I don't know. I think he's a narcissist, period. I like him, but I think he's a narcissist. And, you know, as far as attention, I don't know if everything was going smoothly. I don't know if that would be the case. It may or may not be. Mm-hmm. But I just also feel like, I mean, I have brothers, and they've been through some stuff. And I would say, I just hope that in the midst of whatever their turmoil is, that somebody out there can that somebody out there can see that they're not the only ones going through
Yeah.
this, and that, you know, that other people are going through it. And you know, because normal people sometimes think that people who have money, have all this, have all that, don't deal with these things, and that's just the furthest thing.
I for sure think Kanye didn't think he was going to deal with these things. I think he thought with his status and money, when they were going to go to divorce, it was going to be a way different situation. I think he got into his feelings or his whatever disorder he has in court, and it did not work out for him at all.
Yeah.
I think that he didn't understand. And I don't know, maybe no one warned him. Maybe no one warned him that that's it. Especially he lives in California, guys. California, it's pretty rough.
I think that initially, you know, I don't know the whole situation, but I think initially he's the one who sort of pushed for the divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, when he realized that it's going to be hard and he's not going to be able to walk in and get the kids when he wants, and there's going to be times when things don't work out and you're not able to see your kids when you want. And when those things took place, then he no longer, I think he realized, like, oh crap, what did I do? I want my family back. Well, yeah, it's easier to be, sometimes it is easier to be in a dysfunctional situation in order to have your kids with you there at all times. But, you know, at this point, because she's already made up her mind now, you know, they're just gonna have to push through it.
How many steps do you think he's away from stalking, or it's being like, I don't know, vocal domestic violence, or like how close to that line do you think he already is? Because he's been berating him for at least 30 days.
I mean, we don't see what she's saying or doing, but I would say he's probably at that stage already.
Well, she's smarter. She's
Yeah,
smarter not to. I mean, for somebody who publicizes almost their entire life since the sex tape, like, she's been weirdly quiet. It's weird to hear nothing from a Kardashian for 30 days.
Yeah.
Did you see the, I don't know if it really was him, but the Pete Davidson text messages?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it really was him. It was a weird thing. That was his picture that got sent, but it was, that whole thing was really weird.
But I mean, you know, from somebody on the other side who is the boyfriend, who, you know, sees his female going through a whole bunch of BS from the ex, it would get to a point where you're just sick of it. And unless she says, dude, don't do that, like, it's not worth it, stop, it does get old to have to see your significant other going through a whole bunch of BS for no reason. Like, it can get old where you're just like, okay, you know, I'm not dealing with this anymore, I have to confront this dude. So it's a possibility, but I don't know.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to watch
crazy.
it all, you know, unfold, and it's sad that they have to go through this. And
it definitely shouldn't be rolled out like a spectacle in front of all of us. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that's the worst way for you to be handling all this.
It's a tense situation, because you see, you know, he's going through this and he publicizes it, and then somebody else responds, and then this person is saying, hey, you know, get on your meds, like, control what you're doing, but it doesn't dismiss the fact that he probably is going through these things. And on the other hand, you know, she's probably trying to shield the kids away from as much of it as possible, and, you know, it's probably you know, difficult for everybody involved, but just to watch it unfold is like, ooh, a little cringe.
Yeah.
It's a little cringe, but also it's so real. Like, there's a lot of people going through it.